how you can actually read the change of character on a lower time frame by just looking at the one time frame you're on. So we're going to be looking at the 4-hour time frame here on the pound US dollar. I'm going to explain to you how you can use this. Now, of course, a change of character on its own is not going to make you a profitable trader. You need a full working strategy. And what I suggest is the use of a supply and demand trading strategy. Now, supply and demand, along with everything else, which is the imbalances, manipulations, now all that you can learn inside this channel, but I do suggest grabbing the absolutely free online workshop right now, which goes through the basics of supply and demand. Link for that is below in the description of this video. So if you're looking forward to watching this video, understanding how we can apply the use of the change of character on the single time frame, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and we'll go straight into that video right now. So a simple way of reading a change of character. This is how I do it. Now, if you're not sure what the change of character is, there is a video in this channel. Now, I will leave that at the end of this video. It goes through the change of character in more depth and how you can apply it for an entry. But I will quickly go through now exactly what a change of character is. A change of character is basically if we're seeing this downtrending movement in the market and we eventually see the market rocket to the upside and it breaks through this high, then you're looking for the market to come back to an area of demand here, an area of imbalance, a previous structure in the market, whichever you're looking for that pullback, and this is your change of character. You see the market continue in the opposite direction. That is all the change of character is, and we're going to go through now how you can read that on the price chart. Okay, that you're on. So we're looking at a 4-hour time frame right now. How do we find the change of character on a 30-minute without going down to the 30-minute time frame? I'll go through how I actually look at taking a trade here on this 4-hour time frame. A potential target is this high. Okay, so what I'm looking for is the pullback here. And when I'm looking for my trades, I'm either looking for price to pull back to the area of supply and demand, above or below a swing high in the market, or into an area of imbalance. Now, you can learn much of this inside that channel, but I do suggest grabbing that free online workshop today while you can this month of December, so you can go through and actually understand the basics of supply and demand. There's also thrown in there another free course on trend trading, and there's plenty more to come in the emails once you signed up. So if I was looking for a trade here, this is how I go about it, and this is in fact a trade I actually took. So we see this move to the upside. That is what I call my trading range. Now, there is a video also in this channel that goes through the trading range. This is where I'm looking for price to pull back for an entry. Now, the first thing I'm going to do here is look for where the 50% area sits by using the Fibonacci tool. I want to see price at least pull back to the 50% or below that 50%. And that's what we call a discount and a premium area for a trade. There's also a video in this channel that goes through the discount and the premium zone, how you can use this tool to maximize your profits. I will leave that video linked above now so you can watch that later if you wish. So first we're looking for price to pull back below this 50%. Now, obviously in hindsight, we can see it does it here, but we'd mark this off. I'll also be looking for areas of imbalance. So here's an area of imbalance in the market. There's another one here as well, but you can see the market really spiked through that area, so we wouldn't have that on the chart. And there's another area of imbalance sitting here. And as I said, we'd also be looking for previous highs and lows. So there's a low here in the market. There's also this low what was formed here. And then you have the main low. But if price goes through this low, then we have a change in trend. So we can see price comes back into this area of imbalance. We fill it, we go below this low. So how do I look for that change of character without going down to lower time frame? How can we simply just see this on this chart? So this is the area we'll be looking for an entry at this point. If I just remove everything now quickly again. If you want to see exactly how I marked all those out, went through it just then, just replay this video and you can watch that again. But when we see price coming down here, when we're looking for that change of character, what I want to see is 3 candles. Let me just get my drawing tool again. So we're looking for a candle wick to downside, another candle and another candle. So we're looking for a 3 candle rule here, looking for a higher candle to the left, a higher candle to the right. So this creates what we call a pivot in the market. Now the same would be, we're looking for the area for a bearish move, we want to see a lower candle to the left and a lower candle to the right. So we then have a pivot high. So again, lower to the left, lower to the right. That's what we're looking for. This is all we're looking for that change of character. And this will all make total sense in a moment. So when we see price going into this area of imbalance, removing and going through this previous low in the market, what do we look for? We're looking for here. Okay, so first off, we see this 3 candles here. Right, we zoom into these candles. We have a higher wick to the left and a higher wick to the right. But for a change of character, this first candle high in the market, we need to see removed. That doesn't happen until this bullish candle. So what we then would have to be looking at is the same sequence if we didn't get another higher low, then a continuation. As you can see, the market creates the sequence once again. We have this pivot low in the market, which also creates what I call manipulation here. Perfect entry. And when we see the close of this candle above this high of this time, okay, the high of this candle, this close through, that shows me a change in character on a 30-minute time frame. Now, you could easily look for an entry off this 4-hour candle, but if you want to then go down to a 30-minute, you'll be able to see this change of character. Right, so the change of character would normally have happened earlier. Now, this, I will go through on more examples, but this is an example to show you really that it hasn't worked in our favor, but you can still capture an entry here. So this, in fact, is the change of character on the close of this candle. And then we actually have price pulling back to this area of demand. We continue on our way. And again, price pulls back once again to this area of imbalance. And we continue up. So we've missed those 2 moves. Those entries there, we haven't caught them. We've basically missed them watching the 4-hour time frame. But this doesn't matter, because once we've seen this change of character, and then we're looking for our pullback for an entry. So if we're looking at the move up from this low to high, where's our 50% here? Price, you can see, comes below that 50%. See how that tool works. We're then going to mark out some lows in the market. Okay, we'll be below a low. We also have here an area of imbalance. We've filled it. Okay, we do have another low here as well, but price never comes to that low. And finally, what do we have here? We have an area of demand. So you can see where price came back to in this time, came back to those areas, into that area of demand. Now, what do we do again? We can do the same process. We can then look at the same thing we just went through on a 4-hour time frame on this time frame. So we can see we have a pivot low, but we don't break the high of this candle. Just show you what I mean. We have a higher low to the left and a higher low to the right. Okay, and this is our pivot low. But we don't break this high. We then make a new low here. Again, we don't break through this high. We then make another low there. So there's a new pivot low. And eventually we break through on this candlestick. So just remove all that. And then we mark this off. Oops, wrong thing. Let's grab this level. So this is our close through. And where is the candle we're marking off? This area. So that is now classed as our change of character. And then we go down to a 5-minute here. Let's just find that same area. Hopefully you're starting to see how simple this is to find a change of character. There's our last push down to make this low. We wick through. Now you can use this as a change of character with a wick, but if you want to be more consistent, look at using a close through. We have a close through here, continuation to the upside. That shows me the change of character. So what about capturing an entry here? Well, we look at the same thing. We have the move up. Now you can look for this move as price has already gone up if you wish. You can see price comes well below the 50%. You can use the full move where we do come to the 50% and spike through. So we can see the market pulls back. We can mark off this low. We have another low there, but the market's already gone through. And we also have sitting at this low, this area of imbalance, which gets filled. And then we see the continuation. So what could we do here? How could we find an entry? Well, you could use whatever type of entry you like. You could look for a reversal pattern, a pin engulfing, an engulfing candlestick like you can see here, and take the trade. So you could take a trade off that candlestick, or you could actually go down to the next time frame again. What could we do? We can see another pivot reversal at this area, another change of character, and we see the market breaking through. Now, to be honest, you could also use these three candles because we make a new higher low, a new pivot low there, and there's our close through. So what we do now, we go down to, on the close of this candle, a 1 minute time frame. So we've gone from a 4-hour time frame here all the way down to a 1 minute time frame, looking for an entry using this change of character. And again, we do the same thing. There's our low. So the real change of character here, I would use this high. And we've already gone through that area. So once again, we've seen the change of character. What do? We look for the move. Well, the move actually goes all the way from this low, this high. We're below the 50%. Perfect. Okay, so we even have this break of structure here. Retest it. What else do we look for? Again, we can start looking for previous lows. Here's a low in the market. And to be honest, we even have a final manipulation right here, this spike through. And if we look closely, we also have an area here of imbalance. Just missed this imbalance. And we also have, if you look here, an area of demand, where price does come into. And we get the reversal. And again, you could do the same thing on a lower time frame. But when we see this manipulation, reversal on this candle right there, perfect entry to take a trade. You could capture a long trade from the close of this candle here, stop the low, and you could just look to target the high of that move if you wish. That's still nearly a 4-to-1 risk to reward. Or you could actually go to a higher time frame, which would be in the 5 minute in this occasion, and you could look to target your high on a 5 minute, which would be this high here. You can see the market hits that high over 6-to-1 risk to reward. So that is how I actually use the charts to read those candles at those swing points to use that change of character. Now you can apply whatever strategy you like. I've just gone through quickly how you can apply the usage change of character with a simple swing trading strategy. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me that thumbs up. But if you want to understand this change of character in more depth, then make sure you watch this video popping up right now as it goes through how to trade the change of character on the time frame you're looking to trade it on.